Nothing says summer like relaxing and soaking up some rays on a beautiful deck. So we partnered with Kreg to replace all of the deck boards on our old dock, and now it is brand new. And the thing I love about the Craig Deck Jig is it has completely hidden fasteners, so you don't see screw holes on any of it. And as I'm running around barefoot this summer, I'm not going to have to worry about hitting my toe on a screw. And right now is the perfect time of year to do this project because you want to get it done before it starts getting too warm. So I'm going to show you how we redid this dock and turned it into a beautiful swim deck for summer. It's demo day, and I'm so excited. Today we're going to tackle the first step in refinishing our dock with the Craig Deck Jig. Now the first thing we have to do is get rid of all of the old deck boards. We're going to be replacing every board. Most of them are crumbling. We've got a hole at the end from a firework issue. So we're going to take all the boards out. Then we can assess the structure underneath, see if we need to reinforce any of those joists, and then we'll be ready to install all brand new deck boards to really make this a beautiful dock. We finished removing all of the old deck boards from our dock, but before we add the new ones on, we're going to be doing a little bit of work on the actual frame of the dock. Now, the original dock boards were 2x lumber, and we're actually going to be using a 5/4 decking board. So we are reconfiguring our joist a little bit in order to accommodate that. Your 5/4 deck boards need to have your joists no wider than 16 inches on center, and they were at 24 inches on center. We're removing any rotted joist boards, and then when we put in the new ones, we're just adjusting that spacing on our joists to make it work for the 5/4 lumber. And this is helping us to really tackle every single joist to make sure that we've got the perfect frame. It's worth a little bit of extra work so that we know that the new dock is going to last for many years to come. The dock is all prepped and ready for the deck boards on top, and it's a beautiful sunny day, so we're excited to get to work on this. Now, to add the deck boards on top, we are using the Craig Deck Jig, and the Deck Jig is great because it's going to drill a pocket hole in the side of all of the deck boards, and we're going to center that pocket hole over the joists. So when we attach it with the screws, all of the screws are hidden inside the sides and the seams of those deck boards, so no visible screws on top, which is going to make it great when we're out here in the summer enjoying the deck. I'm going to be starting attaching the deck boards at the edge of the dock. Now, yes, it would be easier if I started from the shallower and worked my way out, but I want to make sure that all of my deck boards are parallel to the edge of the dock. And the other end of my dock is actually at an angle. So it's going to be best to start here. It's a little bit of an obstacle course, bringing things out, but it will get easier as we work our way down the deck. I wanted to show you up close how to use this Kreg Jig because they really do make it super easy. So for the deck jig, you do have a drill bit and a driver bit, and both of those need to be set. And it's really easy to do so. Whoops. Right here, we have a spot for you to set the collar on both the drill bit and the driver bit before you start attaching your boards. And the reason for that is the driver bit is only to sink the head of that into the board, so most screw is still the board, holding it nice and tight. And then you're placing the deck jig on your board. I like to always use my spacers and start on the outside and get all of those attached, and then I can come back and remove the spacers and attach the inside. And you've got lines here to perfectly line it up with your joist, super easy. And typically you'll most likely be using the center board for all of your center joists. On the edge, if you cannot put the jig off the edge like we can, so we're only using that center, but if you can't, if you have, say, up against a house or a fence post, you can use one of these angled ones and line it up to still get that in. So I'm going to line up the two lines here with my joist to get my jig where I need to, and then with the drill bit, just drill a hole. And you drop your screw right into that hole and secure it with the driver. The thing we did, an impact driver and a drill to attach the deck boards. And you'll notice that my drill bit is actually in my impact driver, where the driving bit is in my drill. And the impact driver was causing the collet to jump on the driving bit as it was driving that in. We moved that to the drill and we haven't had the collet jump at all. So using it this way is really a great option. If you have two drills, I would just use both drills as opposed to an impact driver and a drill to make sure that you don't have to worry about that collar moving at all. And then we're just continue moving down. Just like that. Now, one other thing is our dock is only 8 feet wide, so we're not having any boards that are splitting. If you do have a longer board or a longer deck and you need to have two boards, just make sure that you join those boards right over the top of a joist, and then you can secure both of those with your deck jig to the joist for a nice and secure deck. Just screw down the last board, and before I can call the dock done, I do need to trim off all of the excess. So on the boards, we just let them hang over both sides, and then I'm trimming them flush. And I found the easiest way to do this, because there's this nice little gap, is I'm just using my speed square, and I'm sticking it between it to push flush with the outside of the dock, and I can make a mark. And after I do that for a few, then I can use my straight line to mark it. Now, I did pre-cut the very last board because I knew I wasn't going to be able to flush cut next to this metal piece up against the ground. But all the rest, I'm just going to go around the whole dock and finish trimming off everything. And our beautiful swim deck is done. I could not be more happy with how it turned out, and I really truly love that all of the screws are completely hidden from view. And right now you can get the Kreg Deck Jig and the Kreg screws to go with it on sale. So make sure to check the description below for all the details. And if you like this video, hit subscribe and follow along at housefullofhandmade.com for many more fun DIYs and tutorials.